Sometimes talking to the manager is not enough. The next story shows how an advocate can help you get things sorted.
Kia ora, my name is Bernadette. This is my bedroom. This is Gary, he's my boyfriend. He used to live here too. Then Gary got ill. So they moved him to Advocacy. Now he's in a wheelchair. He has 24-hour care now. Now I only see him on his birthday. It's not fair. Staff say they are too busy to take me to see him in Advocacy. I already spoke to George. He's our manager. He said staff are too busy. There's no buses at weekends, so I find it hard to see him.
What would you do if your manager didn't help you?
Because the staff and manager wouldn't listen, I called an advocate.
My name's Vicky. I'm the advocate you called.
Kia ora, my name's Bernadette Moses.
Hi.
Please take a seat.
Thank you. So you rang me. How can I help you?
My boyfriend Gary moved away. I used to live with him.
Okay.
And now he lives in Advocacy. And I'm really angry about it because I don't see him anymore.
And what has your manager said about you seeing Gary?
George doesn't listen to what I say.
Okay, I'd like to help you, but first I'll need to speak with Gary just to make sure that he wants the same as you. How could I get a hold of Gary? Okay, thank you. Shall we phone him now? Okay. Hello? Hello, is this Gary? Hello, Gary. My name's Vicky. I'm the Health and Disability Advocate, and I'm sitting here with Bernadette, your friend Bernadette. Yes, and she's missing you too. And that's what I'm ringing about. Could I come and talk to you about that? Yes, I can come over this Wednesday. Yep, I'll see you on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Thank you, Gary. Bye. So I've arranged to meet with him on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and then we'll be able to discuss that. And I'm available on Thursday morning to come back and see you. Is that a good time for you? Thursday?
Yes, thank you.
10:30?
That's fine by me.
Advocates like Vicky listen to your problems and help you work out what to do about them. If you needed an advocate, could you find one?
1 week later, Vicky came back.
Well, I spoke with Gary yesterday, and he told me that he really misses you too.
I thought he would.
Well, the next step now is to tell your manager.
I already had a meeting with George, but he wouldn't listen to what I was saying because they say they're short staffed.
Well, that's not okay. How about we ring him and we arrange to go and meet with him? What do you think?
That's a good idea.
Okay. Hi, George. This is Vicky. I'm the Health and Disability Consumer Advocate for the Eastern Bay of Plenty. Bernadette has come to me with some issues regarding her and Gary being separated now in residential homes. When's a good time to come meet with you?
I've already talked to them about this. I don't know why they're bothering you.
It's not a bother at all. It's all part of my job.
Okay then. Come tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock.
Bernadette and I will meet you in your office and you can arrange for Gary to be there.
No, I don't have staff free for that. We can talk to Gary on the phone.
No, that's not okay. Gary needs to be present because this complaint is part of him as well.
Oh, well, you'll just have to wait till next week then. We're short-staffed. It's not easy to arrange. How about 2 o'clock Thursday?
Bernadette, 2 o'clock on Thursday, is that a good time for you?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes?
Okay, Vicky, I'll make a note of that. Goodbye.
So, you heard me talking with George there, and we've arranged a meeting for Thursday. So, I'll meet you over there. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
That's great.
Was he in a grumpy mood?
Well, we'll make sure that he's not when we speak to him on Thursday. How about that?
Okay then.
Vicky was great. Look what she did when she came with us to see the manager.
Come on through.
Hi, George.
Hello again, Vicky. I'm sorry these guys have bothered you about this.
No, it's not a bother at all. It's my job to help people like Bernadette and Gary and to help them to have their problems heard and help them to have those sorted. Now, both Bernadette and Gary were worried about this meeting in case you got upset, but I told them both that that wasn't going to be the case and that they had the right to have an advocate and to have their problems heard. Isn't that right, George?
Well, I mean, sure, they have rights, but they shouldn't bother you unless it's really important.
It sounds like it is really important to both Bernadette and Gary. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Bernadette? Gary?
Yes.
Would you like to tell George about how you guys feel?
We feel real sad about it. We're not happy, and we would like to see each other more.
Friends have a right to see each other, and I'm sure the service wants to ensure that the residents are kept happy. Is that right?
Well, yes, that's right, but Gary, you had to move to a podiki. You need help at night. I really can't see that I can help you with that.
Well, Gary, what's in your individual plan?
Nobody told me about a plane.
Look, everyone has an individual plan. Every year we ask you what you want. I've got Bernadette's here.
Your individual plan is about things that you want to do. Your plan should say what you want, like here. It might be spending time with friends or family or learning things like how to ride the bus or getting out and doing things in the community.
Bernadette's plan, back in January, she chose to go to the Hardy Rose Centre instead of the farm.
Is that right?
Boring. I do not want to work there every day. I would like to see more of Gary, thank you.
Bernadette and Gary were not given a choice to spend time together. Does your plan say what your choices are?
Well, clearly it's really important to the both of them to spend some time with each other. Isn't that right, Bernadette, Gary?
Yes.
Well, how about Bernadette visiting Gary during the week?
Well, we could look into it. One of the staff lives in a podiki, so I suppose she could take Bernadette over in the van, say Wednesday nights, and bring her back Thursday evening. How would you feel about that, Gary, having Bernadette stay?
Yeah, I have a spare bed in my room. You can stay over.
You'll have to ask the staff and the other people living at a podiki first.
Yeah, I will do that.
So George arranged for me to see Gary once a week. 3 months later, Vicky came to see us at Gary's place in Apotiki.
So tell me, how have things been for you both? Do you get to see lots of each other now?
It's okay, but we want to live together all the time.
Well, let's go back to George.
George said we can't because I need staff help at night.
When Gary gets out of bed, I help him. We do not wake the staff up.
They talked about looking for a flat near the residential home so they could still get support if they needed it. This was possible because the manager was responsible for both homes.
Now that could take some time. It may take months or even up to a year.
That seems okay.
It took over a year. Me and Gary now have our own flat. We often have friends over. That was my story. Now I have a good life.
If you need help to have your views heard, phone an advocate on 0800 555 050.
Tell someone when things